Hey everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of the Scratch the Track podcast presented by the Dude and Grim Show. I am the Dude.
And I am Grim, and today we are here to discuss the soon-to-be released expanded, and expanded more. I think, what did you say, dude? 3 different versions or 5?
Dude, there's like 5 or 8 or 7. It's hard to say at this point.
All Things Must Pass by George Harrison. The first solo effort post-Beatles for whom they would call the Quiet One.
That's right. He was a quiet one. And you know what, man? Speaking of pass, man, I'm going to have to pass go a few times to be able to afford this one because...
Dude. Whoa.
Most expensive. Yes, you like that? The most expensive version. There's, from what it looks like, what I've seen, there's 5 different LP versions. So that includes, which is vinyl records. And the most expensive one is $1,000. And I think the cheapest one goes for about $65. There's a $76, $90, and a $200 one. So for all you scoring at home, that's a lot. And I bet there's probably some super fans out there who are like, yeah, I need all of them. But
yeah, that's kind of crazy to me. This is the original vinyl release that I got from my uncle. Now, I will say, depending on what may or may not come in any or all of these expanded and amazing versions, I have record 1, lyrics. I have...
It's a good start.
Some credits written in here and an overview of what's on each side. I have record 2, which is side 3 and 4 of the proper album. And then we got, dude, a little thing that's known as the Apple Jam. And it has this cool logo in there that says Apple Jam.
Yes. And so that is one of the older, more original pressings, correct?
Yeah,
not
so really this
it's
just
not the
has...
compromised second draft.
No, it is not by any means. This only has a few songs on each side. So as you would see if you looked up the original pressing, you got Out of the Blue, which I really do like. It's Johnny's Birthday, Plug Me In on side 5. And then side 6 is I Remember Jeep. And the Immortal, Thanks for the Pepperoni.
I love pepperoni. It's the best.
Dude, I know.
Well, so here's the thing we wanted to do with this episode.
No booklet.
No booklet.
But that's assuming it didn't come with it and that my, God rest his soul, that my Uncle Max misplaced it. But I don't think he did, because when I look at this, it's pretty flush. Like there isn't something missing.
Right. And I think the thing is not only does this it's called the Uber Deluxe Edition. Not only does it come with all of that, Grim, it comes with a whole hell of a lot more.
Oh, can you please tell me?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe, you wanted your very own George Harrison, 6-scale replica figurine with the gnomes. That's comes with it. The albums... There's the albums, there's a couple of books, and I'll talk a little bit about those in a second. They come in like this wooden box.
Yeah, I see that.
There's also a wooden bookmark made from a felled oak tree in Georgia's Friar Park. I mean, so here's the thing. I think what we wanted to talk about is who is this for? Because there's super fans and then there's super fans. And man, you have to be, at least in my opinion, you got to be an Uber Deluxe fan to want to get something like this. I mean, one, it's expensive, but man, dude, there's just a lot of stuff here, and it's not for me.
I hear you, dude. Just this, I think this is really nice. Now, honestly, if I could get just the original 3 records with some sort of a book that kind of, had pictures maybe of the recording process or talked a little bit about some of that stuff, that would be really cool. I would probably pay $60 or $70 for that because it's a 3 record set.
It looks like that's what that version goes for. So,
but I don't need the figurines. Those are neat, but those are stuff your grandparents have, those are knickknacks.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of spots for knickknacks
yeah.
myself. And
well, so I mean, it does come with some cool stuff, and I'm sure in the $200 version you probably get a lot of this stuff. Just not necessarily maybe the wooden box and everything like that. But there is basically a 96-page scrapbook that her name is Olivia Harrison, correct? Is that his?
Yeah, I believe that's
his wife. That has like photos and lyrics, and it says diary entries and studio notes and stuff like that. And then a 44-page book. This would be kind of cool, kind of chronicling the making of the album through like interviews and stuff like that. So
now I think that would be very interesting because I have nothing like that.
Yeah, but dude, and I'm gonna get the name of this wrong. The $1,000 version comes with a copy of Paramashana Yogananda's book, Light from the Great Ones.
Okay, and
it also comes with some Rudakasha beads made in a custom box.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
I don't know. Yeah. And I mean, that's cool and all, but man, dude, like, I mean, he must, it's been chronicled. He was, obviously he dabbled in a lot of that stuff, but man, I don't know. And go ahead.
No.
I was going to say,
really want you to finish.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Just in case you did want to buy this, now when I looked this up on the Sound of Vinyl, which is where I get a lot of my vinyls from, they are limiting 4 units per order, so you can only get 4 of them. Just so you know, just in case you wanted to, like,
dude, that ruins.
I know
that ruins everything for me.
It does. It does. Only one. Just ruined our monetization. No,
yeah. Yep.
But one question I had for you, and we talked a little bit about this offline, was, this comes with a lot of demo recordings and like take 1 of this song and take 5 of this song. And for me personally, I'll listen to those once or twice. And then after that, I'm kind of good. I mean, is that kind of where you stand with this?
Yes. Now let me think. I want to say there was one song here that I remember. I think I got like a version of this on CD that had some deluxe stuff, right? In a very limited capacity. And as
it was nice packaging, and right, it was like cardboard packaging instead of your standard plastic.
Yeah, it was quite nice.
Case.
Sure that exists somewhere in my life. I don't know where. I'm trying to think of what it was. But there was one of my favorite songs off here is,
If Not For You.
I don't know.
Wow.
I'm just gonna look at the list because that's apparently more Let It Down. Now there was a version of Let It Down that was acoustic and was unreleased that I really liked, probably more than the album itself.
Sure.
But
those are the
that's
cool
an outlier, dude.
Versions.
Yeah, it is. But like you said, that's an outlier. I think under, most normal circumstances, I would agree with you. Rarely am I like, oh, dude, you have to hear the ballad or the demo of the Ballad of Sir Frankie Crisp, in parentheses, Let It Roll, because it's so much better than the original. That's an outlier.
Well, and what we've noticed from a lot of the kind of Bob Dylan special editions and stuff like that, they'll have, take 6 of this song and take 4 of this song. And because he did record a lot of his stuff live with the band, and that can be cool. But if it's, pretty much the same as the album version, like, I don't know. That doesn't do anything for me.
Dude, that really actually irritated me when I bought, not Like a Rolling Stone, but Highway 61 Revisited on vinyl, because one of my favorite songs in there, Like a Buick 6, I was very much used to the version that I knew from like having this on CD, and then when I bought the vinyl, they put a different version on it, and I was kind of like, that's really great and all, but I think the other one's better.
Yeah,
just me, just personally.
Well, this also does come with the CDs, and it comes with a Blu-ray version as well. And I guess the Blu-ray comes with the original, the stereo mix, but also a 5.1 and a Dolby Atmos mix. Now, to me, this personally isn't the type of album that I'm like, hey, I need to listen to this. I mean, this isn't Dark Side. This is not Pink Floyd.
Agreed.
Or even some of the Beatles stuff. Now, the production of it's good. There's nothing wrong with it.
But it's not that.
Yeah.
Totally get you, man. I totally agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I was interested. I remember when Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots came out. And one of the things they did was they did a 5.1 surround sound mix of that. And I thought to myself, that would be cool as hell in a really good environment to hear that. I would like to hear that because that album is produced in just such an interesting kind of crazy way that it could lend itself really well to that. But I am completely in your camp with All Things Must Pass. Love the album, but I wouldn't really, put it on like the top 10 list for you need to hear this in 5.1.
5.1. You're like, man, look what they did with the panning. It's like the acoustic guitars going around your head. Like that's just not, I'm sure, the type of production that went into it. So,
and I don't think that's how it was meant. Quite honestly, I mean, what do I know? But it just doesn't sound like it was meant to live in this crazy world where you could do all this other stuff with it. It was pretty awesome how it was. Yeah.
So this is the 50th anniversary of it, which is pretty cool, man. That album's been around for 50 years, so we're old. But so it comes out. It's going to actually be released August 6th, and kind of like we said, hey, who do you think this is for? Is anybody out there really going to buy it? Is there a certain version that you would be looking for? Do you care about the demos or all the different takes and stuff? Or you just kind of want the basic $65 or $75 version? I would probably go for one of those personally.
I would too, especially if it came with the book about the studio stuff like that. That would be worth it to me because that's really cool.
Totally. So I'm sure there are some super fans out there that will get into this, but I'm just curious. Like, I mean, I don't know. Do people get into sort of these super deluxe editions? Because man, this is just 5 different vinyl versions. I guess there's like 7 total that are going to be coming out that will be probably CD versions and stuff. But do you need that many levels? Dude, I guess
I don't know. And as I look at this is what is interesting to me. You already have an album that is 2 proper records worth of like the album material, right? The third record is kind of just a jam session. It's great for what it is, but it's just a jam session.
Like Dikembe just hanging around.
Just waiting for it to start. But then as I look at the picture here for the Super Deluxe, I'm counting an additional 5 records. Dude, how many versions of Thanks for the Pepperoni can you get? Like, dude, whoa.
Apparently a lot. I think there is, some demos. There's Sour Milk Sea. That wasn't that a later song? Or didn't he have that around with the Beatles too?
I thought that sounds correct, but I wouldn't exactly know. Now, one thing I want to talk about, dude, with this is that there were a pretty interesting cast of characters who ended up contributing to this album, right? Some notable ones: Eric Clapton, Ringo Starr, Gary Wright, Billy Preston, Klaus Voormann, John Barham, Badfinger, and Pete.
I think Bobby Keys too, man.
Oh, that actually makes sense. Those were just the ones I read in the initial sentence. But one thing that I thought was interesting is during the course of recording this, Jim Gordon, Carl Rattle, Bobby Whitlock, and Eric Clapton formed Derek and the Dominoes while they were participating in these recording sessions.
That's so pretty cool, man.
Yeah, dude, they could have got done with Thanks for the Pepperoni and been like, all right, dude, we are going to go work on Bell Bottom Blues now and the rest of this album. I think that's cool. Yeah,
that's pretty dope. I like it. That's a good little side note.
Yeah.
Good story there. Well, Graham, I think we can kind of wrap this up. I mean, it's safe to say we did an episode.
Yeah, I hope you got some.
just some cash.
Yeah,
But
some
we did
packing
an episode,
material. There's a lot to wrap up.
Yeah. Similar to this with the Mars Volta, because they released their whole catalog, and that was like $500. This is twice as much as that, and it's only one
album. I mean,
album
dude, the Mars Volta seems like a steal. Like, I'm kicking myself. Why did I not buy that now?
Yeah, exactly. So, well, everyone, please let us know, and after you like and subscribe and comment below, let us know what you guys think. Will you be buying this? Will you be gifting it? Just remember, there's a limit on 4 units per order, at least through Sound of Vinyl, so don't get greedy.
Yeah,
and
try to limit your $1,000 versions of it to 4, if you can.
Exactly. So, all right. On that note, everyone, take care. We got more vinyl coming your way. It's time to go.
The Dude and Grim Show.
The Dude and Grim Show.
Scratcher Track is produced by The Dude and Grim. Additional music provided by Moore and the Tims. Copyright 2021. The Dude and Grim Show.